I've just kind of stumbled around talking about Kalia there for a second, and I just want to ask a little bit about the program at East Tennessee State, because, I said, bluegrass, and, I named a few little pieces of music that I knew. Can you tell us actually a little bit more information that's accurate?
East Tennessee State University is unique because they have a program. You can get your undergraduate degree in bluegrass, old time, and country music studies. Which is fantastic. Yeah, and that's housed in the Department of Appalachian Studies, which also makes it kind of unique that it's not housed in a music department, right? That it's categorized under Appalachian Studies. And the Appalachian Studies Department, right before I moved down there, created a graduate program there too, and that's where I met Chris. We were in the same graduate program in Appalachian Studies.
Chris, you were in the same?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and in fact, all of us at some point passed through that program, not necessarily at the same time, but we're definitely connected by it, and it's definitely a big draw for young musicians.
Now, the music that you're playing, the 20s, 30s, teens, was that part of the program, or is this something you came to afterwards?
I mean, it's definitely content that I think instructors there like to highlight and like to discuss. I mean, that's part of what makes that region so rich, right, musically.
Bristol,
yeah, exactly. And Chris mentioned some of those recording sessions that took place there. Bristol's probably the most famous because that's the first time that Jimmy Rogers and the Carter family were recorded, so a lot of people have heard of that. And then, the next year in Johnson City, and then in Knoxville, so all of these places right around there, there's a lot of incredible music that was documented right around the same time.
Well, as I sat here, I just felt like I had been taken back there,
Oh.
and I was listening to you play. Have you all enjoyed this as much as I have? I really do. Well, then I'll get off the stage.
I should mention, related to the Bristol sessions there, Chris, he actually runs a radio station in Bristol, and it's housed in the Birthplace of Country Music Museum. If you ever get a chance to visit Bristol, you should all check it out, because they dig into those recording sessions really in depth. And Chris runs a radio station there. It's called Radio Bristol, and you all should be listening to it all the time. It's great. You can listen to it on the internet at listenradiobristol.org. And another cool thing about it, sorry, I'm talking a lot, but we have the privilege of doing this show called Farm and Fun Time every month. Chris is the host for that. By the way, have you met Chris? Did you know this isn't Bill? This is Chris Trulson, yeah. And he's done a great job getting this show off the ground.
And speaking of that, for folks who don't know, we're taking Farm and Fun Time on the road a little bit this coming summer. So we'll be taking it up to Gray Fox too. So we're excited about that. Yeah. And Old Town, yeah. But specifically Farm and Fun Time, that show's coming to Gray Fox, which will be really cool. It's like an old variety show. It was a show that really is historically important and significant in our neck of the woods. Folks like Mac Wiseman, Jim and Jesse, the Stanley Brothers, who else? Jimmy Martin, the Osborne Brothers. They all started their career on Farm and Fun Time. That was like their first radio experience for most of those bands. So we've reintroduced it and kind of souped it up into contemporary, sort of put a contemporary spin on it. And it's fun.
It is fun. We're the house band for that show, which means we get to work up new jingles every month, and we play little bits in between. It's a lot of fun. You should listen to it. If you can't make it to the Gray Fox live show, you can listen to it every month too.